Welcome back to the Jurisprudence channel. Thank you for allowing me to be your law buddy. A whipping shout out to all returning subscribers. Please subscribe, hit the notification button and share the link with your friends. Make sure you stay tuned, because we are about to make law fun. You can also help this channel to grow, by hitting the like button, and commenting. Thank you for the love you're showing us. We love law and you. Today we discuss a case between Brenda Jacobs and the Road Accident Fund. 2 years ago, Brenda Jacobs approached the court to claim for loss of maintenance, and support arising from the death of her intimate partner, Mr. Wesley Stevens. This relationship was 5 years long, and the deceased had moved into Brenda's house, to live with her alongside with her 2 minor children. Brenda was unemployed and solely depended on the deceased to support her and her children. It also appeared that the deceased was still married but was clearly no longer living with his wife.
Never book a cover by its judge.
Nonetheless, Brenda claimed that she was not only cohabitating with the deceased, they had an intention to get married. She says prior to the death of the deceased had already proposed her. She also submitted that the wedding was pending upon the deceased's divorce order. According to her, both their families regarded them as husband and wife. The most critical thing which the Road Accident Fund and Brenda requested, was for the court to determine whether the deceased, before succumbing to his injuries, owed Brenda a duty of support. In refusing to recognize Brenda's loss of support claim, the Road Accident Fund relied on a precedent which once held that, the mere fact that the parties had a binding agreement inter se, does not mean that it was enforceable against third parties such as the fund. In giving the judgment, they made mention of Section 9(3) of the South African Constitution, which provides that, the state may not unfairly discriminate directly or indirectly against anyone on several grounds including the grounds of marital status.
That's nice.
The court also applied the Bonnie Moret's good morals criteria, in order to finally conclude that Brenda would have a valid claim against the fund. The court had to determine whether there was a valid and binding agreement between Brenda and the deceased. They determined as to whether a tacit agreement came into being, by looking at the surrounding circumstances and the conduct of the parties. With the evidence which was presented before the court, which proved that during their cohabitation, the deceased was the sole income earner for their household, and he was responsible of maintaining her and her minor children. Which also proved that the deceased had expressly promised to marry Brenda. The judge was satisfied that the deceased undertook to support Brenda, with the intention to be legally bound by such undertaking. Therefore, he concluded that the deceased owed Brenda a contractual duty to support, and this gives Brenda the right to claim.
And a boom.
The judge further stated that, respective families of both Brenda and the deceased did not regard their cohabitation as mockery or scornful. The judge ruled in favor of Brenda Jacobs. Thank you for watching. Please like, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, for more interesting cases. Forever your law buddy, until the jury do us apart.